Good morning, I'm Sarah Metz alongside meteorologist Mary Ellen Pan with a check at our storm team forecast. It is cold.
It is cold. It's another cold one. We have the cold weather advisory in effect until 10 a.m. and the National Weather Service issued a cold weather advisory for tonight. That makes the 6th or 7th one in a row since last Monday. Yeah, so right now we're sitting at 8 in Harrisburg, but the low today so far was 2 degrees, which ties the record set back in 1948. We have 4 in Lancaster, -5 in York, and 5 in Chambersburg. Now that 8 in Harrisburg, it's because the winds have picked up, and that's allowing the temperature to bounce back up. You can see the winds are about, let's see, I'm trying to get my clicker here to work. Winds are about 12 miles per hour in Harrisburg, and that's what's causing that temperature to bounce back up. 8 in Lancaster, 6 in Carlisle. So it feels like -7 in Harrisburg, -9 in Lancaster. You can see it's below 0 there in York. That's what you need to dress for this morning. And at times, I've seen these numbers even lower. So just want to make sure you bundle up. And there's the cold weather advisory that continues this morning until 10 a.m. and then is reissued for this evening. We've had clear skies, but seeing a few clouds drift in across the area this morning. Otherwise, we are looking at mostly sunny skies. I do expect partly sunny conditions by the afternoon, and highs again below freezing. We're only going to hit a high of 20 degrees, but just keep in mind we will feel like single digits for much of the afternoon. As I mentioned, the cold weather advisory for tonight, I'll have details on how cold you can expect it and when we'll finally see temperatures cracking that 30-degree mark in my full forecast.
Thanks, Mary Ellen. Now, this morning, our coverage continues on the conflict in Minnesota. Officials say there have been 2 deadly shootings, Renee Good and Alex Preddy, both 37 years old, this month by federal agents. Right now, the Justice Department opened a federal civil rights investigation into Preddy's death, with the FBI set to lead the investigation. Now, President Donald Trump has removed Border Patrol Commander Greg Brovino from leading operations in Minnesota and replaced him with Border Czar Tom Homan. Now, even after the president's response, protests in cities across the nation continue, calling on his administration to pull back immigrations and custom enforcement operations. Now, last night, protesters gathered in downtown Lancaster, joining the National Ice Out protest. News 8's Taylor Hess was there and has more.
No hate, no fear. We can win and make progress for our communities and across the country.
Protesters gathering at Reservoir Park before marching to Penn Square as chants fill the air along the route.
Refugees are welcome here. I'm protesting against the actions of ICE against immigrants and refugees.
But you're not here to hear that. You're here to get ICE out of our town, right?
The demonstration, part of a national call for action after recent events in Minneapolis.
We are joining the national call to expand the general strike across the country.
Residents exercising their First Amendment right, something that Lancaster County Commissioner Josh Parsons says he supports, while emphasizing public safety.
Individual businesses and individual people have a right to peaceably protest, and I support that right, even if I think their cause is wrong, and they have a right to do that. What you don't have a right to do is interfere with law enforcement, either federal or local law enforcement. We've seen that in other places around the country.
Multiple organizations joining together to stand in solidarity.
These are valuable members of our community, and I think this whole thing is going overboard.
Events that hit close to home for Laura Stamberger.
What's happening in Minneapolis really touches me because I have cousins in Minneapolis. I moved to Lancaster 41 years ago, and I've been involved with refugee resettlement since '86. These people are very close and near and dear to me.
During a gaggle with reporters Thursday night, President Trump was asked if there will be any removals of federal agents in Minnesota, as he suggested by Border Czar Tom Homan.
Will you be pulling back immigration enforcement agents out of Minnesota?
We want to keep our country safe. We'll do whatever we can to keep our country safe.
So, not pulling back?
No, not at all.
On Thursday, Homan said in Minneapolis that he was not going to work to decrease the number of federal agents in Minnesota, which could happen if state and city law enforcement and political leaders agree to cooperate with ICE and Border Patrol officers. And our coverage of ICE operations in Minnesota, national responses, and responses from people right here in the Susquehanna Valley continue on our website at WGAL.com. Right now, Lancaster police are looking for a man who they say shot a teenage girl on Tuesday. They're looking for 22-year-old Darius Edmond. Officers responded to a home on South Pearl Street around 2:15 in the morning for reports of gunshots. That's when police say they found the victim with a non-life-threatening wound. If you know where Edmond is, you're asked to call police. And in Pittsburgh, a woman is dead after she crashed into an icy river this week. People watched along the shoreline as divers went into the water after her. Crews used a rope system just to get down to the steep riverbank. Then they had to use a ladder to get in the water. Divers eventually found the 31-year-old who later died at the hospital. In Harrisburg, some people are keeping a close eye on the Susquehanna River, watching for ice jams. That's when the ice creates a dam and water gets backed up behind it. Now, 30 years ago, a portion of the Walnut Street Bridge collapsed because of an ice jam. So river watchers say that event is always in the back of their minds.
And what we had back then was we had the blizzard of '96 in early January. There was a good 20 to 30 inches of snow cover on the ground across the area. We had a sudden warm up and another inch or two of rain.
We don't have quite the conditions that we had in 1996 in terms of basin-wide snow water equivalent.
Experts with the National Weather Service say river ice is not solid, so it's best to avoid going on the ice to, of course, protect yourself and anyone who may need to rescue you in an emergency. As last weekend's snow sticks to the ground, firefighters need your help to shovel out fire hydrants.
And during an emergency, seconds count.
Yes, they do. Lancaster City Bureau of Fire Chief Todd Hutchinson says the few minutes it takes for you to shovel out a snow-covered fire hydrant could save lives.
We'll start clearing the hydrants as the clouds go through. And it's a never-ending process because as the city public works, as they move that snow back to the curb line, each time they go through, they push the snow a little further back.
The snow doesn't just make things difficult for first responders. It's also tough on people who use city sidewalks and crosswalks. We did talk to a Lancaster mom who says it's been difficult getting around this week with her young daughter because she can't use a stroller. And while no snow is in the forecast for this weekend, with those single-digit temperatures, it is still a great time, if you haven't already, to download the WGAL app. There you will be able to get the latest Storm Team forecast right at your fingertips.